Browns continuing preparations for the Bengals on Sunday. And Mary Kay, they're going to have their regular kicker back, Dustin Hopkins, after a week off last week. He will handle the kicking duties this week. Interestingly, against Cade York, who is kicking for Cincinnati, Evan McPherson is hurt. So the former Browns kicker kicking for the Bengals. But Dustin talked today a little bit about sort of that bye week he got last week, that he thinks he's fixed some of the problems he's had. And Bubba Ventrone today said he made every kick last week. So there's a lot of confidence in Dustin right now.
Yes, he is back in the saddle. He's getting a reboot, and he is going to be kicking for the Cleveland Browns in Cincinnati, like you said, against Cade York. This could get very interesting if it comes down to a game-winning field goal, right? It sort of has that written all over it. But Dustin feels very, very confident. This was not a mental thing at all. It was a physical thing, a mechanical thing. And he has a new swing thought to bring into the game. He feels really good about it. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, Ashley, the phrase of the last month so far really has been swing thought. We've heard it from Dustin over and over again. We've heard it from Bubba over and over again. And we'll get to see it in action on Sunday.
Yeah, we will. And I mean, I even asked Bubba today, hey, is it better who's having a kicker that's dealing with that issue or something mechanical or something physical versus a guy who essentially has the yips and is dealing with something mentally? And he admitted, while he's never been a kicker, he can only assume that, yes, it is easier, especially to diagnose those kinds of problems. So we'll see on Sunday if Dustin can continue his streak that he started in practice last week of not missing.
Okay, no David Njoku at practice today, no Myles Garrett at practice. But the good news is Martin Emerson, who is in the concussion protocol, was back at practice. And Mary Kay, this team is running thin in the secondary with Greg Newsome out for the season. When we know the Bengals, now we don't know what the status of T. Higgins is going to be on Sunday, but if the Bengals have all of their weapons, they are a difficult passing attack to deal with.
They really are. I mean, Joe Burrow is on fire this season. He leads the NFL in passing yards. He leads the NFL in touchdowns. And you really don't want to be down two of your three starting cornerbacks in that type of situation. We know Greg Newsome is on IR with a hamstring. So it was good for everybody to see Martin Emerson Jr. out there on the practice field today, but he hasn't necessarily been cleared fully from the concussion protocol yet. It was a limited practice for him, and we still don't know yet if he'll be ready to go.
And, of course, this is something that the Browns are going through with Cedric Tillman as well, who's been back at practice but has yet to clear that protocol. Ashley, I don't know if Denzel Ward is going to follow Jamar Chase everywhere. Jim Schwartz wouldn't really directly answer that question. He did follow Xavier Worthy everywhere, but that would help as well if Denzel Ward can shut down Jamar.
It sounds like Denzel wanted to. From when we talked to him on Wednesday, it was certainly something he would be open to. Interestingly enough, there's only 3 games where those two have been matched up directly. They didn't have any, according to PFF tracking data, any snaps directly against each other last time these two teams played in Week 7 when the Bengals won here in Cleveland. So understandably, it feels like Denzel is champing at the bit here a little bit to go against, as Mary Kay said, Joe Burrow's leading the league in a number of passing stats. Jamar Chase leading the league in just about every receiving stat, yards, catches, and touchdowns, unsurprisingly. So Denzel, ready for that chance.
Now, another pretty good receiver, Jerry Jeudy, who went over 1,000 yards. We talked to him today, and Mary Kay, what's interesting is now we get to see him with his third quarterback this season. And how will Dorian Thompson-Robinson kind of affect his production? Some receivers, they're quarterback proof. Some kind of need the right type of quarterback. Certainly Jameis Winston was that for Jerry Jeudy. So I'm curious to see what Jeudy looks like now with a new quarterback.
Yes, it's going to be very interesting because we know what happened to Jerry Jeudy when he played with Jameis Winston. He averaged over 100 yards per game over the past 7 games, one of the best stats in the NFL during that time. He's climbed to number 5 in the NFL in receiving yards, and he's eclipsed 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. He's playing at a Pro Bowl clip, and who knows, he just might get there. So let's see what happens now with DTR. The good thing about these two is that they're great friends. They spent a lot of time together in the offseason getting to know each other off the field, and hopefully for them, it will translate onto the field.
And the other good thing, Ashley, is this Bengals pass defense has been very vulnerable. The Browns should have opportunities to get the ball downfield and get the ball in Jeudy's hands.
Yeah, they should. And I, too, think it will be interesting to see what other weapons they have available, because Dorian does have experience with just about every single other one of these Browns pass catchers. It's really him and Jerry that haven't had a ton of opportunities together, just because Jerry wasn't here last year when Dorian started a handful of games. So Definitely, I think it will help Jerry if some of those bigger body guys, whether it's Ced Tillman and David Njoku or just one of them, I think it will help that connection between Dorian and Jerry too.
Okay, Browns will continue preparations, then head to Cincinnati on Saturday. We'll cover everything that happens at cleveland.com/Browns.